Good morning to all. I am Meenakshi, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology, JJ College of Arts and Science, Pudukkottai. Now we are discuss about the topic is Introduction to Servlet. What is Servlet? Servlet is nothing but it is a Java program that runs inside JVM on the web server. It is used for developing dynamic web applications. Then life cycle of Servlet. Servlet lifecycle contains 5 steps: loading a servlet, creating instance of servlet, invoke initialization method once, invoke service method for each client request, and invoke destroy method. First step is loading a servlet. When the web server start up the servlet container and load all the servlets. Step 2. Creating instance of servlet. Once all the servlet classes loaded, the servlet container creates instance of each servlet class. Servlet container creates only once instance per servlet class, and all the requests to the servlet are executed on the same servlet instance. Step 3. Invoke initialization method. Once all the servlet classes are initiated, the initialization method is invoked for each initiated servlet. Step 4. Invoke service method. Each time the web server receives a request for a servlet, a new thread that calls service method. If the servlet is a generic servlet, then the request is served by the service method. If the servlet is HTTP servlet, then service method receives the request and dispatches into the correct handler method based on the types of request. Step 5. Invoke destroy method. When servlet container shutdown happens, when we stop the web server, it unload all the servlets and call destroy method for each initialized servlets. Then architecture diagram. The following figure typically servlet lifecycle scenario. First, the HTTP servlet coming to the server or deleted to the servlet container. Then the servlet container loads the servlet before invoking the service method. Then the servlet container handles multiple requests by spanning multiple threads, each thread executing the service method of a single instance of a servlet. Then how servlet work? When the web server start up, the servlet container deploy and loads all the servlets. Once the servlet is loaded, the servlet container creates the instance of servlet class. For each instantiated servlet, its initialization method is invoked. Client and send the HTTP request to web server on a certain port. Each time the web server receives a request, the servlet container creates HTTP request. The HTTP servlet response objects, the HTTP servlet request object provides access to the request information and the HTTP servlet response and change the HTTP response before sending it to the client. When servlet container shut down, it unload all the servlets and call destroy method for each initialized servlets. This is an example program. Import java servlet.http. We import whole HTTP package, then import java x.servlet.star. We import all servlet packages, then IO package, then public class demo servlet is a class name. We extend HTTP servlet class, then we call do get method to get HTTP servlet request class. REQ is a object of request class and HTTP servlet response RES is object of response class. Throws IO exception and servlet exceptions. And rest.set content type is a setting the content type. Print writer is get the stream to write the data and writing the streams. Print line, this is a printing statements. Then pw.close, closing the streams. This is the output is we only display the welcome to servlet. Okay, thank you.